Novus, ancient for new, is a planet in a distant galaxy, where the Destiny expedition, from an alternate timeline, settled 2,000 years ago, after being sent back in time when they tried dialing Earth from inside a star. Novus was largely forested and exhibits large areas of water. Novus was colonized around 2,000 years ago, prior to 2010, after the Destiny expedition arrived through the planet Stargate. Initially unaware of what had happened, the expedition realized that the planet that they arrived on was unsuitable for their survival, so they scouted other worlds through the Stargate. After finding a more Earth-like world, they awaited rescue by Destiny before deciding to settle in. Various names were suggested, including Novus Mundus, which were voted on. Ultimately, Novus was selected with the consensus that Mundus was not a good name. After the vote, Eli Wallace recorded a log in the Kino that he carried, announcing the name and the selected location for the groundbreaking and the creation of a settlement. Over the next decade, Lieutenant Matthew Scott and Everett Young scouted locations for an irrigation canal, with Lieutenant Tamara Johannesson giving birth to the first child born on Novus. Eventually, the planet became divided into two countries, Tok'ra and Futura. The name Futura was thought up by Dr. Adam Brody, and the name Tok'ra means Land of the Young, or Land of Young in ancient. Each country was based on a distant political philosophy. The Tok'rans followed the teachings of a book called the Testament, which was written by some of the original settlers. The Futurans were formed by a splinter group that left the original settlement. They blamed Eli Wallace for their exile on Novus and believed that Dr. Nikolai Rush was still on board Destiny and would one day come and rescue them. They viewed Rush as something of a savior figure. Several decades prior to 2010, Novus started becoming unsuitable, suffering from severe earthquakes and volcanic eruptions caused by a rogue black hole that was approaching their solar system. These natural disasters became so severe that some 30 years prior to 2010, expeditions from Novus started scouting nearby worlds for colonization. Sometime after one particular expedition arrived on a suitable world, Novus's Stargate stopped responding to off-world dialing attempts. In 2010, Destiny arrived to Novus with the stranded colonists, only to find the planet suffering from the aftermath of the presumed supervolcano eruption, which drove the planet into a similar state of a nuclear winter. With Lieutenant Matthew Scott on an ancient shuttle searching a city, the only signs of the previous civilization of millions were the still intact buildings. No signs of tracks were found in the snow, and no smoke from fires were witnessed. Eventually, a study of the Tok'ran's archive revealed that the Stargate had been destroyed in a lava flow 30 years ago, and the realization of the predicament caused the Tok'rans and the Futurans to set aside their differences and band together. They created evacuation ships that lacked hyperdrives or faster-than-light engines, and abandoned the planet for one of its colonies, which was 10 days travel on Destiny, but over 200 years travel on the ships. After the Destiny expedition searched a fallout bunker in the Tok'ran city and uploaded a third of the Tok'ran's database and a new substance to take the place of the lime in the CO2 filters, they abandoned the city and planet due to a massive fault line that was opening and consuming the city.